tea when it's warm. It's really not, it's not good to me when it's cold, so I like to go ahead and do that. Let's tap on this. I want to read this eventually during the video, but I have a couple topics that I wanted to hit, and one of them is like faith. So I'm gonna read a page of this most likely, but this is just the live the schedule change is definitely gonna be hard, and like, unfortunately, my job is not super flexible in that sense. They really don't put, and this is like sad to say, but they really don't put like that yourself first. It's really what the school needs, which I can understand from a business perspective, but that's a scary like thought to have, that I might, if we can't figure it out, or there's not a flexible position for me, then I might have to go back to being what's called a floater. And that I really do not love. I don't mind it, but, and then also, of course, like, there's the fact that I might have to go part-time, which is not ideal for my situation right now, in life, but unfortunately, like, it sucks that these classes have to be in person for this kind of thing, but I don't know. It's gonna be hard, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. For now, full-time work, online school, and full-time in the classroom, teaching assistant. So yeah, that's like a lot of changes right now. And like I said, like, my sister, she's in college. She just went to college. She's a freshman this year, and we're very close in age, so we are very close. But like, so she just left, and that was a major change in my life, and there's just a lot going on, and I'm not really someone who does well with change. I don't know. So with change, for me, I really have to process it by myself. Before, like, I can talk about it. Like, a lot of times I'm like, just, leave me alone. I'm stressed. I just want to be alone. I want to think, or maybe I don't want to think. I just want to turn my brain off and like doom scroll. But so unfortunately for my boyfriend, I am very difficult in that way. While I do think we have good communication, I am always the one that would kind of make that falter, because I've grown up this way, and I just, like, that's just me. So a little vulnerable there, but so that's been a lot, and so I'm just ready to leave, go on vacation, and sort of have a break, and have, I've been started February. I started working full-time, 9 to 6, so since February, which I am so young, like, of course, like, this is my first, like, full-time, like, super whatever position, but so since February, I've been pretty much working, like the average American, and it's hard, like, and I'm sure most people would agree, like, it's not easy to go to work every day and feel like you have no life, and when you want to have a life, maybe, like, for me, I find myself being so stressed out sometimes, or overworked, that I have nothing else to give when I go home, or, when I feel like I want to do something, but then I get home and I'm like, I don't want to do anything, and that's sad, because I have ADHD, and I have a lot of hobbies, and, when I'm in the mood for it, I really want to do it, but then, sometimes my mind just gives up on it. So, in my brain, I have all these things going on in my head that I want to do, and images of it, but, like, I just can't, commit to it. So, that has been hard, and that's been also a big life change for me, as well as being in the classroom full time, but, like, that is what I want, and it's what I'm going to just have that and start, lifing. But with possibly having to go part-time, it's going to be a little harder to do that. But it is what it is. I just have to be okay with that. And like school has to come first so that I can get a raise, so that life can happen. But it's just hard to, think about all that right now. And like I said, I'm not good with change, and I'm also not good with like a lot happening at once. I can get very overwhelmed by things like that very fast. So that's something that I struggle with. So that's what I've been. Oh my goodness. That's what I have been dealing with currently. So I have not been making a lot of content, and I've not been able to give what I want to give to my channel. But I really like coming up life September. The new school year starts. Like, I really want to be better with a lot of things, and one of those is my channel and posting more and making more content, and just trying to just get my channel out there and have more people see it, and have more engagement. That's one of my goals for this year, and eventually I do want to monetize off of YouTube, but it's not something like I'm worried about right now, and it wouldn't be like this is my life, this is a job. It wouldn't be that. But if it's something I can do, why not, try to get there and like make that goal. Oh my gosh, embarrassing. Because, why not? It's something I'm passionate about, and like I would make videos for $0. So if I can make videos and, have that mindset, why not get $10, $5 from it? Because let's be real, like I don't have the fancy equipment. I don't have like a lot of the stuff that these big bucks ASMR channels have, and that's not really where my heart is for it. But yeah, I want to be better at that, and I also, of course, every time I want to change my life, like I want to be better about my style, doing my hair more, looking more put together, buying all these nice things to put an outfit together, new shoes, like I always like right now I want a new work bag and a new lunchbox, and I just bought a new planner, which I'm gonna try not to rant about that, but I'm so irritated because I bought it almost a month ago and it's still not here, and it was $100. that's one thing that I definitely want to do. So I think that's really all that I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about and update you guys on. The last thing, which is like not at all, it's so unserious, but I got an Xbox. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Currently I am playing Hogwarts Legacy right now. I'm at the part where, and sorry if this is like a spoiler, so I'm gonna try to make it not, but I'm in the I'm still in the beginning stages. So right now I'm doing like a quest for the dark arts professor to like learn a new spell so that I can talk to Professor Fig again. That's where I'm at right now. Yeah, I've been really enjoying it. I love Harry Potter. I've loved him, loved the movies, the series, everything since elementary school. So I'm super excited to finally be playing this game. I had an Xbox growing up, but I just bought one for my room, like a refurbished, not at all like brand new, for a very good price, but mostly it's for my boyfriend, to have here, but I have really been enjoying Hogwarts Legacy. I did have a Switch at one point, but I gave it to my sister, so, I have, like, before this, I did game a little bit. I really played just, like, Disney, Dreamlight Valley, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, which, by the way, why do they not have that on Xbox? That's totally something I would be so happy if they had on Xbox, but that's really about it. So any game recommendations, like Xbox friendly, please comment down below. Honestly, any comment you have on the video, like, it would really help. Just trying to, boost my videos, but honestly, like, if you guys have any game recommendations, like, I'm here for it. I don't know what kind of gamer I am. I like a cozy game with not a lot going on, but I also feel like I have to be quest driven for me to not lose interest. And I'm not a good battler, but I like to battle. So like if there's like a boss or like missions or quests where you have to battle, like I like that, I do, but I'm not very good at it. So keep in mind I might rage quit, but I'll come back to it and I'll be just fine. But like, yeah, so I don't know what you would call that, but I have a few on my wish list that I'm kind of looking at, but they're more indie games, which nothing wrong with that, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of it, you guys. I got this pink controller, which, why are controllers $60? I know I could've got a cheaper one, but like, it's not pink. They need to make a pink one that's like $20. That would be great. Also, even if they had a baby pink, like, I would be totally sold on that, but as long as I have a pink one, that's all that matters for me. That's how it sounds when I battle people and trolls and things in Hogwarts Legacy. Okay, so let's close out the video by reading a page in my devotion. Let's see what I am on right now. This is page 9 and it's titled, I've Got This. Oh wait, I might have read it. this, I cannot even tell you how many times I've tried to pick up something that's too heavy for me, or I've taken on too much in a day. That's when my husband, Christian, gives me the look, but I keep trying to prove that I've got this, I've got this, I've got this. We can be like that with God sometimes. We start to think we know more than He does about what's best for our lives. Even though He's the one who made us and knows exactly what we need. It's called pride, and it can cause all kinds of trouble. It certainly did for King Saul. Remember on page 18, we talked about how God told Saul to destroy the Amalekites. I don't know if I said that right. And everything that belonged to them, including their animals. Well, Saul didn't do that, and when the prophet Samuel confronted Saul about it, the king insisted he had obeyed God. I love what Samuel said next. Then what is all the bleating of sheep and goats and the lowing of cattle here? Busted. That's when King Saul started trying to explain his plan instead of destroying the animals like God told him to. God told him to. Saul was going to sacrifice them in worship of God. Wasn't that a better idea? Nope. Thinking we have a better plan than God wasn't good then, and it's not good now. But we still do that sometimes, don't we? We follow along with God's plans, but then we see a way to make things easier, like Saul keeping all those animals, and we start thinking, but God, what if I did this instead? You probably didn't realize that this option was available to me, and wouldn't that be a better plan? No. Here's the thing, God can see our lives from a much higher viewpoint than we can. He knows the past, present, and future, and how everything fits together. We can trust that His plan is best, even if it doesn't make sense in the moment. We can't ever outplan God. His plans are perfect, and they're perfect for us. Lord, forgive me for the times I try to follow my own plans instead of yours. Show me where I need to make changes so that I am following your path and not my own. Amen. And isn't that the truth? I oftentimes find myself doing that. And I'm sure lots of believers as well struggle with that. So on that note, this is going to be the end of this very long Life Whisper Ramble update. I hope you guys like the long video format. I hope the sounds are somewhat okay. I know it wasn't super, intentional and planned out, but I still hope you guys enjoyed, and leave me a comment down below. Anything, any recommendations, whatever. Say hi. I totally would love to talk to you guys in the comment section if you have been following me, or maybe this is your first time. Just thank you so much for even clicking and watching this video. I appreciate it so much, and everything helps. I will see you